Well, obviously, given the kind of books that I write about, much of my professional life is spent looking at and investigating just odd things, things of which some people would regard as supernatural or paranormal in form. And I spend a lot of my time hanging around, stone circles and allegedly haunted castles and haunted houses and caves and underground places and places that have a mysterious or mystical reputation. And in all the years that I've been doing it, not once have I had a single experience that could be called even remotely paranormal, which makes me pretty boring, I think, when it comes to the area of these things. Nothing has ever happened to me. I've never encountered anything. Now, I would be delighted if I did. I would be very, very happy if I did. But I have a kind of an issue with a lot of what people regard as paranormal experiences. Now, that's not to say that I'm entirely skeptical. Often skepticism, usually when it's spelt with a K, is used as a code for not just disbelief, not just debunking, not just explaining away, but actually saying that this is impossible. Many skeptics with a K say that anything in the paranormal is completely impossible, and that those who are interested in it are deluded or mistaken. I don't necessarily follow that line, but on the other hand, I'm not a true believer. I'm not a true believer in anything. I don't truly believe that ghosts are real. I don't truly believe that magic works. I don't truly believe that there are visitations to us from other dimensions or from other planets. I've met people who are true believers, but I'm not a true believer. But neither am I a denier. I'm looking for what you might call evidence of the extraordinary. And it really has to be evidence that can be repeatable, that can be demonstrable to other people, not just the true believers. So the way that I write the books is to gather the information, which can range from folk tales to contemporary encounters with the supernatural, and bring it all together, and then evaluate it and say, is there something that could have contributed to this? Is there a psychological or a cultural issue here? Is it something to do with the environment? Is it something to do with expectation? Is it simple mistakenness? But mostly I want people to make up their own minds, and that's the reason why I always put in the references. I always put in, where did I find this information, who told me this, or what book did I get it from, so other people can go back to those sources and say, did I actually make the right call? Is my analysis, is my evaluation correct? And I think that's a very important thing, particularly when it comes to the paranormal, because I don't actually think there is such a thing as a paranormal. What I mean by this is, either it's real, in which case it's normal, it's just part of our universe that we don't actually know, we don't actually understand it yet, we don't know how to evaluate it, or it's not real, in which case it's in the realm of culture, imagination and psychology. Both those pathways take us to very interesting places. I'm interested in both of those routes, but there may not be actually anything that's genuinely paranormal. We're just stuff we don't understand yet. Personally, I think there are some things that seem to be more likely than others. I'm having spoken to a great many sort of scientists and parapsychologists in particular. I'm thinking that things such as emotional telepathy, which is where not someone transfers thoughts, but someone transfers feelings or sensations between one person and another, particularly twins, I think that might be real. I think telekinesis might be real, and that comes from studying the people who have studied poltergeist phenomena. I think those areas have got a reasonably high level of being proven true. I think some areas of cryptozoology much more are likely to produce real life animals that we either don't know exist or don't think they should be in the right place. I'm less inclined to favour areas such as we're being visited by aliens from other planets, because I've yet to see a single scrap of even remotely convincing evidence in that area. However, that's my opinion, and if tomorrow the flying saucers land on the White House lawn, I'll be as delighted as anyone. And the reason I'll be delighted is because the area of the paranormal, the supernatural, contains with it the potential for what I call paradigm change. Now, to give you an example of this, in the 19th century, a number of scientists, including astronomers, said that meteorites did not exist. It was impossible that stony things could fall from outer space onto our planet. They would burn up in the atmosphere, so anyone who had seen a meteorite was either mistaken or deluded. Now we now know, of course, that meteorites are real. So that within astronomy and within the related sciences such as physics and geology, there has been a paradigm shift. Now, if, for example, we can show that telekinesis is demonstrably real in a small number of cases, then there's a paradigm shift in the way we understand our place in the universe and what it is that we can do. On the other hand, it might be a load of old hooey. I really don't know. But that's what the exciting potential is. Not just the frisson, not just the shiver up the spine of the ghost story or whatever sort of creepy, strange thing you might want to think about. Each of these stories have the potential to change the way we understand the universe, and I think that's incredibly exciting.